Welcome back to Gamers Remorse. Today we take a look at the second installment of the Realm of Logres, an Arthurian-based strategy game. When we last left off, it was Sir Aaron the Lucky, Sir Brian the Dwarf, and Sir Gabe the Wise facing off against the evil Sir Sean the Dread. Each player had 2 knights under their command, except Sean, who had 3, and Gabe, who had 1, after his other knight died at the hands of Sean's giant. Sir Galahad, Aaron's knight, found the portal to the Holy Grail and began the Grail quest, occupying him for several rounds. Meanwhile, Sean's giant found his way into Camelot and began to attempt to take over by force. Pelor the giant killed Gabe's jester, Sir Dagon, leaving only Sir Balin and Mordred occupying Camelot. Meanwhile, Gabe Sir Palmedes quests and receives a boon. Brian was smart enough to have stashed away Sir Geraint in the farmland. He used 2 actions to quickly show up in Camelot, blocking the giant from taking control. In the next round, Brian moved Sir Eric closer to Camelot in order to help in the subsequent turn. Mordred took a turn to gather command tokens. He then turned around and gave all command tokens to Pelor the giant to assist him in future fights. This showed that Mordred is indeed a usurper and the enemy of Camelot. Now we watch to see how Aaron and Gabe complete the rest of the round in response to Mordred's betrayal.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. And then it is Aaron's turn.
And I'm thinking going for Mordred is my better option. Just try to hurt him maybe, then hope for a switch of people.
I will support you in this.
Yeah.
Geraint is not really useful otherwise.
Yeah, so I'm going to attack Mordred.
Did not read that before.
We may not win the
I was
game,
going to say,
so
I
we
thought
won that
I
argument.
remembered seeing
Right.
that.
Okay.
Boon, boon, bane, bane.
So I'm 1 up. Plus I have 4 combat for Mordred, so 5.
So you're 5, I'm 4. I will use 2 and give you 1.
I will use this and call it up. Doesn't killing the king's half-brother treacherous act?
He's already a traitor.
Evil.
Just working with giants.
Well, I mean, Guinevere was sleeping around in the last We don't game. know that
It was
yet!
never proven.
King Arthur won a trial of
Allegedly.
combat that proved their innocence.
Why don't we do trials of combat anymore? I would totally
We
watch
don't.
court TV.
Judge Judy. It's
Yeah.
just like, now fight!
Yeah.
Alright.
So, Doom die.
Shuffle. Shuffle.
Shut up!
Lame. What do I do with these tactics then?
They stay with your guy.
Even though I
Do they
lose
stay
my
with the
guy.
guy?
and
Your
shuffle
guy
him
is
with-
basically inactive.
Yeah, he becomes inactive.
Oh.
So you may
So,
want to just move him off to the
Put
side.
him on underneath your guy.
Well, he might get him back. though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Put him
I'm just
underneath
gonna
your guy
shuffle
here.
him. I'll just remember it's on the giant.
Yep.
Okay.
You're good guess.
I'll take the characters.
Now, what do I do with
Dagonet
my...
is removed from the game.
Okay.
So, can I have the good characters, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So do I get
Remember
dealt...
when the Doom died.
Do I get dealt 2 now?
I feel like the game's over now because you guys are just gonna drop them all in Camelot, and then that's kind of.
Well, we have
Can
to go
we?
in a friendly or neutral spot. That's contested. We can't just drop them in there, I don't think.
We
It
do
has
not-
to be neutral. Neutral, I think, is uninhabited.
It needs to be vacant or friendly. At
Yeah.
this point, we do
It
not
is, it is not
outnumber-
vacant and it is not
Not friendly.
friendly.
So we can't drop them into Camelot.
Yep.
We can drop them outside Camelot.
And then we can march everyone in to act as support.
Sir Aaron will be playing 2 loyal knights, Sir Palmedes and Sir Eric, both having been played before. Sir Palmedes has a quest of +3, combat of +2, and charm of +1, and a discipline of +1, making him a great questing character and moderately capable in all other skills. Sir Palmedes remains in the northwest area. Sir Eric is outside Camelot. Sir Eric has a combat of +3, quest of +3, discipline of +3, and charm of +1, making him Galahad's mini-me. He has all the similar stats to Galahad, making him a strong loyal knight. Sir Brian will also be playing 2 loyal knights, Sir Galahad and Sir Hector. Sir Brian will be playing Sir Galahad that Aaron was playing earlier. Sir Galahad is one of the best all-around knights. However, he remains in the Holy Grail quest. Sir Hector has +4 in questing and +3 in discipline, making him adept at questing and defense against charm. His combat is decent at +1. Sir Gabe will also be playing 2 Loyal Knights, Queen Guinevere and Sir Lamorak. Queen Guinevere is an expert charmer, and +4, making her a strong adversary. She also has the ability to restore at +2. But she isn't a fighter. In fact, if she gets hit with wounds, she is taken captive by the knight who attacked her. Any player who attacks that knight will kill Guinevere. Sir Lamorak is a good fighter at +2 combat, but his combat increases to +4 when he is on offense, making him a strong fighter. His other skills are decent, but he will certainly be a strong adversary against Mordred. Finally, Sir Sean will be playing 3 Usurper Knights, the Green Knight, the Red Knight, and Tarquine the Cruel. The Green Knight continues to be controlled by Sean. The Red Knight is +2 combat, making him a decent fighter, but little else to speak of. It appears as though this knight was made for an expansion we don't have, so he is essentially collateral support. And finally, Tarquine the Cruel is a strong knight with +3 combat. In addition, when he scores a wound on an enemy, they must retreat to an adjacent area, and they must avoid Tarquine until the wound is healed.
In any event, it's still...
Are we bidding for placing characters? Or are we just bidding for a turn?
I think we're bidding to place
Bidding to
characters.
place characters at this point.
Well, doesn't the placing characters happen on your turn anyway? And then
Well, that's right.
you take your
I'm
turn?
asking if this is a different
We
condition.
did do that with the previous game when you were placing a new character.
And when I placed a
Yeah,
new
we
character...
placed
But because this is everyone, that's why.
I'm
it's
not,
not.
I'm not placing a new
So
character.
we're bidding to place characters in that case if we're placing a character or to play.
So our turn, which may include.
So he would play instead of placing a character?
So I feel like placing
Advantage
characters...
him.
Well, I thought last time we decided placing characters was free and then you
Yeah,
did your turn.
I like that better.
Okay.
So basically you got to
Otherwise,
place your character and then take your turn.
He's doing damage and I'm placing characters.
Well, place and play.
And flip.
I will be moving Eric into Camelot and then using my action to attack Mordred.
Okay. So
Now,
he's
since-
gonna assist.
Baleen isn't there. Can I say he's assisting?
Yep.
Geraint. Does anybody have Geraint?
Nope. So he'll assist.
So he's assisting. So that's +2. So I'm currently at +5 and you're at +5, right?
Yeah. 4 plus assist.
Yeah. Yep. I'm
+2.
I'm +1. So 1 damage to Mordred.
Yep, 1 damage to Mordred.
I'm going to start by placing Hector, right?
Hector
And
Gonzalez.
Hector's going to stand here. I'm going to do the quest. Because Grails are awesome. Right?
Galahad. Galahad's in there.
Oh,
so
you
he's
grab Galahad.
I mean, you really
Yeah.
should because that's an absolute
Yeah.
game ender in about 4 turns.
Exactly.
So
What's the beast's attack? How many wounds do I have? I don't want to die.
You have 1.
I have 1? Okay, so we're going to do this. So I'm already on the beast.
The beast has
That's
a
4
combat.
toughness. Well, like, yeah,
Combat
+4.
2.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it's.
who's
It's
rolling?
4.
Would you like to roll for the beast? Does the beast roll?
It's 4.
I think it's
Beast
just
has
a
a
straight
4.
number.
Just straight 4.
Yeah.
So all I need is 1.
Yep. Hang on.
Well-
Beast has 2 combat, but 4 wounds.
Okay, so I need to.
No, he can have up to 4 wounds.
No.
I have to do 4
When the
damage.
questing beast suffers 4 wounds, the Grail manifests under the character construct of 4.
So I have to do 4 damage.
So he has to do 4 damage. He's got 4 toughness,
Yes,
so
4
to
hit
speak.
points.
But he has 2 combat, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think we're saying the same thing.
So.
Okay.
It'll
So
take
you've got
multiple
+4
attacks.
combat.
Do you care to roll
And he has
for
plus
beast?
2.
I thought the beast had a static. He also rolls.
Static.
He has a
Zero.
+2.
Okay.
So is it 2 plus roll or just the static 2?
It's a +2.
So he runs Bane.
Wow!
Ouch.
-3
Ouch!
and 0.
Nothing.
break even.
So I'm 1.
It's a 2.
So he's giving you a wound. Wow.
I like it.
So
worked
that
out well.
will put you to -1 to all your actions. Come on, man.
Yay, Galahad!
Got you there so well.
Alright, well, I still have a move action. And I'm going to move Hector into Camelot.
Right here, right?
Interesting.
He's gonna do these quests,
Hmm.
which he quests at the ability of 0. Well, that sucks.
I mean, it's a die roll.
Yeah.
Just have to get 2. That's average.
So that
Minus
works out. -2.
So you add 2 quests. to
Alright,
it.
so then he moves, and then moves. Because he's neutral, otherwise you could
Okay.
Yeah, he's neutral, so we can't do anything
Yeah,
to him.
Okay, so.
But you're out of actions.
And movement.
Yeah, so it's just.
Technically, since he's neutral, can I put him here or here? No, that's contested. I can't
That's
do
contested.
But you could put him there. I
Yep.
think.
Because he's neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
He's still under
Yeah.
the
The guy's
Disguise.
disguise alignment, so he can go into a friendly square. I'm gonna go ahead and put Lamorak down there. I'm thinking Guinevere has a -1 quest, but she also has a +2 restore. So I was thinking first and foremost I could get her in there and try and assist Galahad by healing. However, she also has a +4 charm, which
Yeah,
I
that's
really kind of want to put that into Camelot and charm the giant.
That's really
That
what you
sounds
should do.
great.
Okay, so she's gonna start here, since this is now.
No, it's
No,
not
it's not
contested.
contested.
You could start there, but it doesn't
We'll
matter.
go in Camelot, and let's try and charm a giant.
I will aid you in this.
Yeah. Cool.
So in essence,
Hector,
yeah.
Hector has.
he's new, right?
Yeah.
He's new. Yep.
So in essence, he's going to be trying to. Sorry, she is going to be trying to charm the giant, and I will be aiding, being like, dude, isn't she something? Yeah.
He's kind of the wingman. For
Yeah, I am her wingman.
And this guy has -1 discipline, so that's a great
Yes.
strategy.
So I actually had the same idea for my next turn.
+5.
Yeah.
A -2 for him.
Boom, boom,
0
bang,
for
bang.
you.
So
So you're at +5.
+5.
He is
So
at
you're
-2,
at
so it's
+5.
7 differential.
Well, it's +4, +1 from you. That's +5.
Yep.
-1, -2, -3. So that's +8 in his favor.
But he has a +1.
Oh, but you have a +1. Okay, I didn't know about that. Okay, yeah.
So it's
okay,
7.
so +7 in his favor.
6, 5, 4, 3.
So 3 charm.
Yep. Which
What's the-
does.
-2 to all action.
And flip.
Boom.
Shoot.
I'll go first. I'm gonna move this sucker in here. And then I'm actually gonna
And then,
use this guy to
okay,
kidnap Guinevere. I mean, I have to roll for it clearly, but he has a combat of 3,
Okay.
so there is that. And she has a defense of what?
-2.
-2.
So the question becomes now: do we just support her in combat and
After she
keep
was reading
her
that rule. We're gonna-
from getting kidnapped? Boy, this becomes difficult.
You
How many
guys-
people
you
do
guys
we
are
have
no
in there?
moons? Nope.
I
We
don't.
have 1, 2,
3, 4.
3. So we have 4 people in there who can help.
Yeah.
So we could get you up to a +2 against a +3.
But then he can aid himself.
Yeah.
He can aid himself.
But barely.
Well, he has the giant.
Nope.
Giant can't do anything.
Giant can't do anything.
Mordred can help.
Mordred.
Mordred only assists.
Oh, that's
assists his
right.
Mother that isn't
Mordred
yeah.
can't help.
Yep. Jenny. Guinevere's probably going to get captured. The numbers just don't really work out.
So then we.
Are we better off not assisting and
and
then
then
you
attack.
whooping?
Well, the thing is, how do we get her back? Because the first damage goes to Guinevere.
Of every
So-
attack.
Yeah.
So then, if we kill him, does that release her except with the wound on her?
Yeah.
So I'm honestly thinking
Or
don't
else-
assist Guinevere.
I have charm as well. We could just all support me.
So
Bad guys aren't.
Alright, so I'm thinking maybe we just kill him. Let Guinevere go and...
Let her go and kill him.
How much of this is table talk?
I've got a -3.
Well, minus... Oh yeah,
Minus
-1,
three
then
total.
minus
So I
2 for you, so
super
minus
kidnapped her.
Yep.
Super
So-
kidnap.
I did
The
all sorts of bad things with her.
oh,
Wait.
Let's just leave it at super kidnapped.
you're now. you've
Well, he's
kidnapped-
still in Camelot, so he hasn't done anything yet.
It's my turn, so I'm gonna move in with Palamedes. And then I will attack.
The guy who has Gwen.
I will attack Mordred with Eric and support with Palamedes. And then
I might support you with Eric or Hector. I think I'm gonna support you with Hector.
because I'm thinking we just support with everybody and just try to kill him.
Wait, who are you going for?
Mordred.
The Red Knight will assist.
The red man's
Treachery!
Treachery!
Treason!
How dare you, Red Knight!
Treason! And the Green Knight will assist from afar. Is that good?
I've got your back!
So it's 4
So
versus
1, 2, 3, 4.
3 assisting, right?
4 assisting, isn't it?
4 assisting.
3. Who's attacking?
Eric's
Eric,
attacking.
remember,
so-
you get a free
4.
assist for inactives.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4
I wish
assisting.
I did.
No.
So 4 assisting, that gives me +7. And then you have 1 assisting for +5, right?
Yeah.
So that gives me +2 against you right now.
Son of a.
That's +1. So that's +3.
And he has -1.
So +4. That
So
will
4
kill
damage.
you.
That'll kill Mordred.
Done. Game over.
Boom!
Victory! Yeah, go team! Oh. It's like,
I was gonna say, I think the Green Knight can clap my hand.
yeah, Green Knight. No way. All right, this has been Realm of Logres.
Or El Ogres.
L Ogres.
Logres.
It's French. Focuses on area control, quest, a little bit of RPG elements. I don't know. I guess I'll go ahead and go through my rubric. Quality of components. So this is a bit of a mixed bag for me. I ended up not caring about the components, which is very rare for me. I got so involved in the actual story and what was happening and tactics that I stopped looking at words. If that makes sense. So like on the back of here, this quest sticker, it's not great, but it fulfilled its purpose. Does it need to be more graphical? I mean, it would maybe offer that curb appeal, is what they call it in the housing market. But, it didn't need it. Once you got into the aspects of the game, you didn't care at all. I'm gonna give it a 1. Good balance of skill to luck. Okay, so this is a mixed bag as well, because luck went for the worst for me, but that could happen on almost any game. Unfortunately, it went so bad for me about the 3rd turn that it was like, well, okay. That pretty much sealed the last nail in my coffin, so I only have that on a scale from 0 to 1. I'm going to give it a 1 because there is a lot of skill here, I think. I think it was just an unfortunate series of events that led me to what happened. Analysis paralysis. Okay, this game could totally lead to analysis paralysis. I think at the beginning of the round, the good team sat and talked about stuff for probably 5 minutes or so, which was fine, but I think it could totally lead to analysis paralysis. But I think once the round started going, things were pretty well locked in. You had a couple of decisions here or there, but it wasn't overly bulky. I'm going to give that a 1, just because it was borderline, but I think it's on the side of it's simplistic in what your turn could entail, so there isn't a lot of analysis there. A theme, I'm going to go ahead and give that a 2. There's absolute theme. This game is dripping with it, if I can use those words.
You may.
Okay. This game is dripping with theme, and that is awesome. You don't find that a lot anymore. Sometimes, they'll try and toss a couple of art pieces on there and call it a theme, but this had all sorts of historical aspects to it. Whoever made this game, Will Nesbitt, he took the time to fall in love with Arthurian lore, and it shows up. And that is awesome, because that doesn't always happen. Thrill versus competitive, I absolutely felt the competitive edge to this game, but once the luck killed me, I was kind of dead in the water. I still had fun with it, but my thrill kind of went downhill there. We did play a game previous to this, and I felt the thrill throughout. So I just want to say that maybe, again, it was the unfortunate series of events that led me down in a very unlucky round.
Very unlucky die roll.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. So I'm going to give that a 1, just because it can go either way. I mean, if you're hosed, you're going to be hosed. So I'll give that a 1. Was it fun? Yes, I absolutely had fun. So I'm going to give it 2 points there. So that is a total of 8 for my score, which is really high, I think. I really liked this game.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play it again right now, but you jerks are making me give this review. So thank you. You're cutting into my playtime.
How dare you?
How dare you, saith the evil knight. There's a couple of rants I'm going to go off on this game, but clearly I gave it an 8, so do not take this personally, Will, or take it in a bad way, anyone that's considering playing or buying this game. I loved this game, but a couple of issues. First of all, there's some, the rules, right? It required a large learning curve. I actually called Will in the middle of this game to try and figure out some of the details, because they really did play an important role in how you play the game, and they weren't apparent, I would say, offhand. It also had to do with the fact that we were missing some of the instructions anyway. I mean, this is an independent game. Not only that, but Will is going through the process of setting this up right now. So it makes sense that he doesn't quite have it all in place. That probably won't happen when he takes this to production, if he kickstarts it or whatever. So there's some issues there. I think really all that's going to take is someone to go through the rule book, lay it out in an easy to understand, well-organized fashion. There's some great people at the Game Crafter that can help you out there. But I think if that were to be solved, awesome. One other thing that bothered me is there seems to be an inherent balance problem with the evil to good side. The good side seems to be much stronger than the evil side, and I know that was probably done on purpose. Everyone wants the good side to win, you know.
Except the bad one.
But,
Except the bad player was kind of rooting for it. I was like, yeah, get him, Galahad. But, yeah. So, for instance, there is no restoration ability outside of Mordred. He's the only one that can heal anyone, okay? Charming. No one can charm, with the exception of the green guy, who's apparently in a trance anyway. I don't know. It just seemed like I was really weak on that, whereas Guinevere has a +4 in charming, which it seems really unbalanced. If I only start out with 6 characters anyway, how am I supposed to get more characters? The only way that happens is through a quest we played once. So there's some balancing issues, I think, that need to be looked at. I would look at allowing more healing abilities for the evil side. I would look at more characters for the evil side, or the ability to obtain more cards from the good knight pool, I guess I would say. Yeah, I think those are my 2 big rants: rules and balancing. Other than that, okay, there's gonna be a 3rd rant now. Sorry, I promised you guys there would be 2. 3rd rant is that the way Will did it is he created this awesome game, and I absolutely love it. But then he said this is an expensive game. No one's gonna buy this right out of the gate. Smart thinking. I would have done the same thing. These pieces are really expensive, so that makes sense. So what he ended up doing is he split the game into, I think, 4 games. The base game, and then 3 expansions. Magic quests,
Food, supply.
and production supply, something like that. Okay, that makes sense. But I think the base game ends up being unbalanced because it was made as one big game. But I also think that it's missing a lot of the interactions that occur with the expansions. We didn't even play the Magic expansion, but it looks awesome. Like, I really want to play that now. The quests, though, added a lot. An absolute lot of how to play this game. I think without that, it's a lot of area control, roll. I guess you don't roll. Move. Well, you roll to battle, but area of control is the basics of the game. So I would like to see maybe the quests become part of the base game and I think that would be a good selling game. And then you could sell a few other expansions. That said, I think that's my review. I gave it an 8. I clearly love it. So, what do you think, Brian?
I am in the same boat as Sean. I really enjoyed this game. I mean, it gets to the point where some of my initial disappointments were forgotten, like he said. But at the end of the day, some of them I'm still like, I think I would have enjoyed the game more if those changes were in place. So I'll try to keep this fairly brief. Visual design, first off. It's one of my key areas. And despite the fact that, like Sean said, like, the quest tokens did their job, I would still like them to be more than a blue to white gradient with an orange gradient in the middle that says quest. Like, I feel like there could be more there. The knights, I would love to see more imagery. I'd like to see consistent imagery. I did love that he kind of had like a different crest for each knight in the background. That was really cool. Yep. But the art inside of that is what I consider to be the detriment. I mean, I could have almost done without the picture of the knight, just the crests or something that would be pretty cool. So I mean, 0 to 2, I'm gonna give that a 1. Skill to luck, I'm gonna give that a 1 as well. It's one of those things where skill definitely comes into play, but luck can change everything. It's like in our game, right off the bat, Aaron found the portal. We don't need to go on quests anymore, and quests are one of the main things that help the evil team. And so that just changed the balance heavily there as well. Pacing 0 to 2. On that, I'm gonna give it. I mean, I guess I'm biased. I haven't experienced the evil side. I'm gonna give that a 2. I thought it was paced really well. But like Sean mentioned, there were 5 minutes where he might not have been doing anything. I hadn't even thought about that from your perspective. But for us, like, even when I'm not playing, I'm helping these guys. We're discussing what's going on. I'm observing what he's doing. How is what he's doing going to impact me? Granted, part of the rules state during our discussion, he can and should be focusing. Because he gets to know all of what we're talking about. So I just felt it paced really well, and because it's a co-op, that helps lower some of the analysis paralysis, because we're able to be like, no dude, shut up and just go. And so I think that's quite beneficial. So I'm going to give that a 2 on pacing. Theme and immersion, again, that's a 2. The theme is fantastic in this game. And then along those same lines, fun factor, I'm going to give that a 2 as well. I mean, this is a great game, like Sean said. I'd love to play it again. There are things that I think, if you just buy the base game, you might be kind of disappointed, but if you get the base game and the quests, it's fantastic. And so, I mean, if my math serves me right, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Boom. So, hey, we're twins.
Twinsies!
And with the chainmail even.
Yeah.
The chainmail twins.
But yeah, I mean, I am completely confident in saying this game is an 8. What are your thoughts, Aaron?
I'm definitely right there with you guys. I love the game. I started out frustrated, going through the rules, trying to be able to figure stuff out. Like you guys said, you can compact the rules, bring those down, make them a little bit easier to understand. You can get started on this game right away. They also said, we got extremely lucky at the beginning. I think it's very unfortunate you guys didn't get to see any of the quest cards at all. But believe us when we say the quest cards add a lot. And I think this game would have changed drastically had we been going through those quest cards. I got very lucky finding that gate right away. Because if that had been a quest instead, a lot of these quests can swing the balance for or against him, because the quest could have given him more characters, it could have changed us, it could have hurt us, it could have brought in all kinds of other aspects to this game. We didn't even have to go for the sword at all. That adds a whole other aspect to it. We also didn't even get King Arthur out, so that was another thing that he couldn't go for. So it's kind of almost sad that we showed you a game that was so unbalanced towards the good side. I kind of wish we could play another one to show you guys the other ways in which it could help the evil side, because it's almost a poor example of just how unbalanced it can be. But believe us when we say our last game was far more balanced and a little bit more exciting, I think. Although it did start out very exciting in Camelot.
So I think what you're saying, Aaron, is you want to play this game again.
Oh yeah. I think we all want to play this game again.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's late at night and I need to go home, whatever. But my wife can, wait for me. I'll play the game. But yeah, overall, I'd say 7 or 8. I might go 7.5 just with the fact that there's definitely room for improvement. But I'd say this could easily come up to a 9.
As a big fan of the Stephen Lawhead Arthurian books and whatnot, this game hits in all the right places as far as that theme goes. It is fantastic. You really do kind of get the feeling that you are a knight of the round table. So that was just amazing. The couple of beefs I have on it is, first off, it wasn't really readily apparent until we really looked through the rules of how to reduce charm, which is actually, as far as we know, charming them back. So you kind of, the enemy may charm your guy away, and in order to defeat that, you have to charm him back. If that's really the only way to go, evil guys with their lack of a charm guy were really kind of powerless against Guinevere's charming skills. So there might be something there to be a little bit more of a balance as far as that charm goes. Another thing I noticed is when Mordred was out and Arthur wasn't out, there was a distinct advantage to us because we had a target that we could just beat on. And if we won against Mordred, the game was over, but Sean did not get an additional target that he would be able to look at. So maybe some way of starting with both Pendragons out or something like that, just to make sure that everybody's got the same number of goals to kill things out. Maybe that's part of the luck thing, because you never know what's going to happen, so you don't have that target, but that was something else. The other thing I noticed was the quick reference on the back side of the locations chart.
Yeah.
I'm going to just actually quickly pick this up and show it. So on this particular side, you have all the different locations you can go to that are not just like plains and whatnot. And on the back of it is a really awesome quick reference for all your actions and what you can do and whatnot. And unfortunately, when you have tokens on this for people in those locations, you can't really look at the quick reference. So if you could, splitting of those apart would be fantastic, because there were many times we went, ooh, I read that. Oh, it's on the back of this, and we have 20 people on Camelot, and we don't want to miss that. So other than that, the other two great things I loved is the artwork on this map is just fantastic. The coloring is great. It's nice and simple, so it doesn't really overwhelm you, but it's perfect for this game. And the last thing I had is I love the initiative cards. It gives you a little bit of flexibility to be able to say, no, I think I'm going to go a little bit last. I'm actually going to get rid of this card. Much better than just rolling dice or something like that and being stuck with what you have.
And what's funny is I didn't think I was going to like that. I was going to think that it was going to be a giant distraction, but it ended up being awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
It adds a whole new element of just
and
strategy.
there's not too many cards, so you're like, oh, I have a million options, but it's not too few either.
Yep. It's the perfect amount to allow you to do that little bit of strategizing without going super overboard of just going initiative list and going, okay, you go. And there's still a chance that you might have that card that says, nope, I'm going first, which is always just a little bit scary.
Yeah, I mean, there's the luck of the draw of what you get, then the strategy of I have 4 options.
Yep.
Which one do I play?
Exactly. And that was fantastic. I really liked that. Overall, definitely an 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10 if we can just a couple of the things that were improvements mentioned. Great game.
Alright, so that brings our total up to 8, 8, 8, 7.5. Had to make the math hard.
7.875.
Can we round up to 7.9?
You know what? We can round up to 7.9.
Sig figs.
You know, we keep it round out just
We could
and
just
ignore
round
his
it.
That vote counts. We're gonna We're gonna say 7.9. Realm of Logres, 7.9. Thanks for tuning in. I think we had fun playing this. You guys should definitely check this out when it comes out or if it's available to you guys. Right now it's on the Game Crafter. I believe the price is around $40-$50. Worth it.
It's less than your average board game.
Yeah.
and equally, if not more fun than games I've paid more for.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.
Moss.
What's Moss?
Yeah, it's Brian's.
Brian, your turn.
Okay.
I'm naming colors.